Hello, I'm here to review Pirates of the Caribbean Salazar's Revenge, or also known as Dead Man Tell No Tales. It's the fifth in the Pirates franchise. I'm a big fan of the first three Pirates of the Caribbean films. I think it's one of the best trilogies, especially the first film, Black Curse of the Black Pearl. I think it's the best pirate film ever, and I love Dead Man's Chest and At World's End too. I know some people don't like those two very much, but I love them. I think they make a great trilogy, probably one of my favourite trilogies. Um, I do have On Stranger Tides as well, which I didn't hate, but it was enjoyable. I didn't I thought it was a bit pointless to be honest, and this one is is in a way kind of acts like the fourth film, also in a way in that it does continue more from At World's End than it does on Stranger Tides. Although there is a reference or two to on Stranger Tides, so it doesn't disown it at all. It just doesn't follow one from any plot lines from it, or follows it loosely from there. But yeah, I'm a bit mixed on this one as well. I think it is better than Stranger Tides, but it's nowhere near as good as the first three films. Um, it's a lot more simpler than Dead Man's Chest and At World's End, because I know that's what turned people off about those two is they felt that it got a bit too convoluted, especially with At World's End. And yeah, this film is definitely a lot more simple. I think it's the shortest out of it. It's about just runs just over 2 hours, maybe even less than 2 hours. Was and I know some people didn't like At World's End because it didn't like the way certain things ended. Not to give anything away. And I will say, if you didn't like how some things have ended, this film may be the one for you then, because it does resolve things a bit better, and maybe not better. I like the way it resolved in World's End, but I can understand why people won't like it. But this one, I think people will feel better after seeing this film. But like I said it's not. But I wouldn't say it's the film for me really. I still prefer the first three. The ones directed by Gore Verbinski, because well, these films you get that sense of passion. You can tell he cared so much about what he was doing with this, and let's not say the directors of On Stranger Tides and Salazar's Revenge didn't have that too, but I didn't feel that passion as much as I felt with Gore Verbinski's trilogy. Yeah, but and yeah, and the plot of this film as well is more or less the same as the first film. It involves undead pirates who want to break free from their curse. We've seen that in the first film and done better. Brenton, Thwaites and Scoldelario, they're great actors and they got great careers ahead of them, but their their characters are very discount. You know, Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, and yeah, and the fact that Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley have cameos just makes me wish I was following them again rather than the Brendan Thwaites and Kaya Scodelario characters. They're not bad characters by any means. It's just you can just tell that they are there to be the replacements for those characters. But but it is still entertaining. There is a great. It's got a lot of great action, especially a scene that involves undead sharks. That's that was worth seeing, and kind of how in the last film was well, like I said, the scene that was worth watching it for was the mermaid attack. This shark scene also is pretty much on par with that. Right. So I say if you just like watching pirate adventures, by all means go see it. You know, Johnny Depp is still good. I don't think he has that that's energy that he had in the first film that got him an Oscar nomination. But he's still great, and he's still the best thing about this. And what's his name? Oh God, who's the one who played Barbosa? Geoffrey Rush. Geoffrey Rush. Yeah, he's still great as well. And Javier Bardem. he's also good as as the villain. Is it what's his name again? Oh, Salazar. What's his name? His name's in the title. Salazar. Yeah. He's definitely better than Ian McShane's Blackbeard. So yeah, because that was a pretty forgettable villain in the last film. So yeah, see that, and so it does wrap up things. If you didn't like the way things wrapped up in the first trilogy, you may feel better after this. And there is a post-credit scene that sort of sets up another sequel, but it's clear at this moment if there actually is going to be another film. The actual ending itself is perfectly fine enough. If they want to end the series there, that's fine. But of course, there's a post-credit scene. If it's going to continue. Then again, I don't think much about it. They didn't, because On Stranger Tides had a post-credit scene and they did nothing with that. But yeah, I'd say better than the fourth film, but not as good as this trilogy. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that.